way of the territorial structure. You could see here the general results of the foreign trade of Czech Republic. Czech Republic being small is highly open economy, securely dependent on foreign trade. And the next way, how to increase the national product, the national welfare, is to profit from foreign trade. So the aim of each economy should be that the services the foreign trade. So the Czech Republic is meeting this aim, and the foreign trade is really supporting economy. The separate blue line at the up part of the figure tries to demonstrate the balance in the EU countries. That means that we are really profiting with cooperation with the developed countries. We are selling in the developed countries. You shall to compete in highly competitive market. So your products shall be of the high quality. That means you will profit more from them. On the other hand, the red line below is the results of Czechia trade within China. China is famous for the mass production that is quite cheap, but the quality isn't so high. So it's no problem for us that we are in deficit with China because we try to import the commodities that are cheap, but the quality is just enough. This is not harming our competitiveness, so we are decreasing our costs. And one other thing is we could use some semi-processed product from China to add the additional value by our ideas, thinking, and so on to reproduce something and sell it to the European Union, to the blue line, and we are profiting from the added value. Yeah? That's a typical scale that we buy the semi-processed raw materials from China, add the information, add the sophistication, add the invention, we put them cover the price and sell it to the high demanding markets in Europe. So this is a nice scheme that could be used to increase the national performance and profit from this scheme more. Here I have tried to mention the current problems of the EU economy and as well of the Czech Republic. The Czech Republic is a part of the European Union. I suppose that you know that the European Union tries to behave as a one homogeneous unit in the international market. For example, European countries are not members of World Trade Organization. They are represented by the European Union because we try to profile as a unit. They have one common trade policy. So they are represented by the European Union representatives, for example, from Lion and so on. But the unity that is demonstrated in the external direction is not so perfect lines with the internal problems. Because maybe you have heard of economy that one common economic policy doesn't fit for all regions, for all parts of the economy. Each region has some specific requirements, and it's impossible to adapt the economic policy for each individual part of economy, state, and so on, running the economic policy. So there's a lot of negative consequences of this. That although the European Union try to be accepted as a one unit, there's a serious problem in the internal structure. Just look at this figure, giving in pictures the different living standards in Europe. So the darker the color, the more developed the country is. So you could see there is something like a core in the European Union. That means the core is the France, Germany, Austria, Belgium, Netherlands, and so on. The highest performance, highest wages, highest consumption, and so on. Surrounded by the big dark green countries, and then surrounded by the light green countries, and so on. So the European Union isn't homogeneous, and this one policy isn't suitable for everyone. The next example is the standard, how the economy is viewed, or the viewpoint of the financial markets. So I have used here the standard that use and you could see there is as well some core of the quality, Germany and the Norway and Sweden, surrounded by the green countries. But there are also something like the highly indebted South. The Southern Europe is the, you could say, problematic part of this area. It is highly indebted, and this is requiring the significantly lower interest rates because they are in debt. They have to pay the appropriate fees for that. So they require the lowest possible interest rate. But on the other hand, Germany, Norway, and Finland are trying to increase their interest rate because they are profit from the active investment, from the assets investment. So there is not simple discussion in the European Union and in the Eurozone about the proper setting of parameters of European policy. So here are the results of the complete European Union, the two main competitors in the global market as the sedang. That means the United States and the China. I try to draw here the development after the break of the millennium, and you can see the losing competitiveness of the world with respect to the United States and mainly to China. So we could say that the European Union is seen to be after the summit of the development. We were the first, and now we are losing the position because we over-regulated. There's a lot of bureaucracy in the European Union, and the system is getting slower and slower, and thus more competitive. On the other hand, China and United States deregulated economies significantly. So fostering the investment and the enterprise incentives to increase the performance of the economy. So you could see in these blue bubbles the differences between at the beginning of this period, that means just after break of the millennium, to the last year I think complete data, that means the year 2023. And here the losing competitiveness is already reflected in the results of foreign trade. So the first figure is about the foreign trade in the industrial products. So you will see that the share of China is rising significantly. So China is gaining its important share in the world. The United States and the European Union have a stable position. There you see very fast running China. The industry is really the sector that China is already put in. The same isn't valid for services. The services are more intensive for the world research and so on. But as you read the journals, newspapers, you see that now the China is investing heavily in the research to do the same like industry, to go over the other competitors and gain the first position. But it's a matter of 1 decade, maybe 2 decades. But the first results are already obvious. For example, in the artificial intelligence, their models are highly competitive in showing the best results, no matter the ethics aspects. But really, they are running fast, and you would expect the same switch like in the case of the industry. Other focus the basis of the performance is given in competitiveness and labor productivity. This figure demonstrates the future development of the United States and Europe productivity. You could see that the situation of the European Union with respect to the United States were almost stable in the first half of the last century. You could see these significant drops corresponding to the two world wars, World War One, World War Two. Then after the World War Two, the European Union profited from the integration, from the reconstruction of Danish Europe, and so on. So the rise in productivity was significant. But after the new millennium, the European Union stopped and started to losing its competitiveness with respect to the United States. So that's the century of development of the cyclical, to say, progress. And you can see that after the very, very long rising, the Europe is just going over the top and starting to decline. What is highly decisive for economists is their size, because usually with size, you are able to increase your productivity and effectiveness. This is very rough prognosis about the development of population. This main economics. The yellow one, peak concave curve, is the China. So you could see that after the significant rise in number of population, it's expected that the significant decline will follow. And also, these risks are appearing in China society, because the China society is starting to age significantly. And having the high number of aged people, you have to care for them. And a small group of young working people shall to pay for the whole majority of their time, and so on. So this is the negative development. And just imagine and compare the population development here in Indonesia. You have a few decades after the China. Your population explosion started later and expected that you will follow almost the same development. So after some peak in the number of population, it's expected the significant decline, the related problems that would appear, that it should be figured out. I suppose that you have heard about the single problems of Japan society and economy. This is just an example. Yeah? The Japan is something like the forerunner, both areas. But Europe will be the second. Then followed by China. Maybe your turn is the next, the following. Those also negatively influence the development in Europe, and mainly Europe, is the war in Ukraine and China, in Russia. This war resulted in a significant rise in energy prices. Europe was completely dependent on the Russia, the importation of the crude oil, gas, and also the energy. So after the war, we tried to restrain from importing from the Russia. The same was done by the whole European Union. And now you could see the skip in prices. The energy is very important item in the cost. So we lost the price competitiveness, and we weren't able to replace it by, for example, quality competitiveness or if you look at the China and United States, they think more strategically. They have distributed sources of energy, and the increase or some surprise at one location cannot damage their strategy. There was really a huge mistake of the European Union to rely only on Russia, because Russia was the cheapest, and we don't look at the risk of this operation. You will see that really the rises in prices of electricity and other energy sources are around the whole Europe. So there is no huge difference in cars. Really, this is common for the whole Europe. Here is a nice figure about the gross capital formation. This is the basis for the investments. So you can see there is no significant difference between the European Union and the United States. So we save the money for investing the same way. So we can say that the difference in the development of the productivities isn't given by this capital, but also by the structure, the environmental and the institution of the economy. Could be demonstrated by this simple figure. In the break-up millennia, the European Union noticed that it is losing the competitiveness. But what was the reaction? The reaction wasn't to make the market forces more powerful, to help the economy. They do just the opposite. They decided to regulate the economy more, not to issue incentives. They decided to protection, set up the present instruments to protect the domestic economy, but losing the competitiveness in a more rapid rate. And this is the final figure that is also about the trade balance. But the trade balance in this figure could demonstrate the expected development in the next decades. If you look at these figures, you see